Namaskar, dear headmistresses. As you are aware, Podar Jumbo Kids is now Podar Prep. So I am here to take you into the distinct advantages and the distinct differences between Podar Jumbo Kids and what is now Podar Prep. So you are now a Podar Prep headmistress. And Podar Prep stands for Preparation for Life. 85%, as you know, of the brain develops in the first 6 years. So Podar Prep is preparing children's brain for life. Let's move on to the next slide. So why did we choose the name Podar Prep? Because early childhood is preparation for life. Preparation, prep. And you're all aware that we are very proud that our foundation of all our schools, our philosophy, our vision was laid by Mahatma Gandhi. He was the signatory in our first trust deed. And we at Podar Prep take his vision, his philosophy of honesty, holistic thinking, and hands-on education, head, heart, and hand forward. You must have seen that we now have a new jumbo. Yes, a jumbo with shorts, a nice t-shirt, wearing a uniform kind of, or you can say just wearing their favorite clothes, and a jumbo with spectacles. So why shorts? Is jumbo a boy? Well, we didn't want gender bias, as you are aware, in Podar Prep. We don't want gender bias in anything that we do at Podar Prep. We think boys and girls are equal and both should be given the support that they require. Shorts can be worn by a boy and shorts can be worn by a girl. So jumbo can be a boy and jumbo can be a girl. It's up to us what we want to see jumbo as. Why spectacles? Well, children start getting spectacles at a very young age, and bullying starts with spectacles. As soon as a child wears spectacles, the child themselves are feeling uncomfortable, different, and then other children start bullying the child. You know how you have children who say chashmish, etc. We wanted Jumbo, the mascot, the role model of children, to have specs. This would make children understand that differences are normal, that there can be children who have different needs and differences are not bad. So we also wanted to put a stop to any kind of bullying because somebody is different. We are an inclusive school in all aspects. And that is why Jumbo has shorts, so it reminds us no gender bias. And Jumbo has specs. It teaches children bullying is bad and we must embrace and accept differences in everybody. Many parents feel 3-year-old, 2-year-old, 4-year-old. Isn't it too early to enroll my child in a preschool? No, actually it's the right age. 85% of the cumulative brain development happens in the first 6 years. So a quality early childhood center like Podar Prep will make the most of this brain development in every child. Because we are brain development experts, we would be able to help the child in their growth and development in a manner which is appropriate for the child. Because our name itself says Podar Prep, which means preparing the brain for life. At Podar Prep, we have age and developmentally appropriate classrooms for every child. We follow an age benchmark which would be given by every state. So wherever your kindergarten is, you will follow the age parameters of that state. But what are the classes that we have? What are the levels that we have at Podar Prep? Well, we have playgroup, which we call seeds. And we have given in this PowerPoint a little detail about what a parent can expect in playgroup. because many parents want to know that what will be your focus, what will the child learn. So this particular slide will help you tell the parent about what children will learn, a kind of a overall aspect about what children will learn in playgroup. So this particular slide talks about playgroup, seeds, and nursery, emerging roots. So please go through this slide and understand a few keywords that you can use while talking to parents. The next slide is about junior KG and senior KG. So junior kindergarten and senior kindergarten. Now junior kindergarten is what we call budding plants, and senior kindergarten is what we call growing plants. So we have seeds, emerging roots, budding plants, and growing plants. These two slides will help you explain to the parent, depending on the age group for which the parent has come for admission, an overall view of what the parent can expect in that level. Now, depending where your kindergarten is, sometimes parents have a particular need. They say, are you a Montessori school? Are you a Waldorf school? And you will say, oh my God, do we have all this? Well, please inform parents that we have Montessori and more. In today's day and age, it is very important that children get the best from all educational approaches and not just one. So what we have done at Podar Prep is that we have taken the best from 10 educational practices around the world. So it's not just a Montessori school, it's Montessori and more. Now it's very important for you all to know some key factors that if parents ask you about what are these educational practices or approaches that you have. Well, from Mahatma Gandhi, we took head, heart and hand. Head means we allow children to think, hand means we give hands-on activities, and heart means we teach values in everything that we do at Podar Prep. Jean Piaget, the father of cognitive development. In your teacher training, there will be a whole section on how children's brains develop cognitively. And that is what was defined by Jean Piaget. So it is very important to understand how children learn so that we ensure that every child becomes a success. Then we have Frederick Frobel. You are all aware of the gifts that he developed, which are blocks, which we use in our coding curriculum. And he also developed occupations. Occupations are like the activities, the art, craft and other activities that we do. So Frederick Frobel was the father of kindergarten. We have inculcated everything that he taught about kindergarten in our curriculum. We then have Rudolf Steiner, rhythm, reverence and repetition. Rhythm is very good for brain development. So we have a lot of activities that have rhythm in our curriculum. Reverence, you are all aware of that at the end of the day, if you allow children to meditate and go through, revise what happened in the day, they will be able to go home and tell their parents about their day. And repetition, we are taking care of that in our curriculum because ours is a spiral curriculum. So concepts will be repeated again and again, but in different ways, because repetition makes the brain stronger. Reggio Emilia. Reggio Emilia is not a person, it is a place. Reggio Emilia is a place in Italy, and the whole concept of Reggio Emilia grew from there. Documentation is something that we use from Reggio Emilia. We document everything that the children draws or everything that the children talks about the curriculum, entry at the entry of the curriculum and at the exit of the curriculum. Lev Vygotsky from Russia. What did we take from him? We have taken from him the assessment. Assessments at Jumbo Kids are done based on Vygotsky's ZPD theory, zone of proximal development. Don't worry, all these activities, all these approaches you will be trained on in your teacher training section. But if you know keywords about each one of them, then when a parent asks you, you will be able to answer it. And then who do we have? We have Erik Erikson. Erik Erikson is called the father of emotional development. and emotionally understanding children is what we do at Podar Prep, because emotions impact the brain. Gijubhai Badeka was the person who talked about teaching through stories, and that's what we do in our curriculum at Podar Prep. Every unit starts through a story. And why stories? We have a poster which we have given to all the centers. It's there as your display also. Please go through that poster. It talks about how stories develop the brain, how stories develop the prefrontal cortex, and how stories develop higher order thinking skills. And then of course we have Maria Montessori. What are the things that we've taken from Maria Montessori? Remember 3 key things. Number 1, didactic equipment. A lot of her equipment is part of our classrooms. Didactic means hands-on learning. Number 2, sensitive periods. Our teachers are trained in understanding that children go through sensitive periods, and it is important to understand why they behave the way they behave during these sensitive periods. And number 3, developmental planes. The Montessori developed that from each age how children need to be exposed to different environments to learn. As I said, all this will be part of the teacher training modules, so you can get an in-depth understanding. But right now it's very important that if you're talking to a parent and a parent says, what of Rudolf Steiner, then you should know the keywords to use. And last and not the least, Rabindranath Tagore, outdoor education. That is a very important aspect that we have taken from Tagore. So remember these. We are not just a Montessori school, we are Montessori and more, because Podar Prep is preparation for life. Here is our curriculum logo. As you can see in the logo, all the aspects of our curriculum are given there. So the logo signifies what Podar Prep stands for. So welcome to Kiducation. We are the only preschool in the entire country that has a philosophy. Our philosophy is Kiducation, which means education from the point of view of the child. That's our starting point. So as you can see in the logo, Kiducation, powered by NEP 2020, our National Education Policy, is the most important aspect of our curriculum. Then we have the Eyfs of UK for the 7 areas of development. Then we have the EYLF of Australia for socio-emotional development. Eyfs, as you know, stands for Early Years Foundation Stage. EYLF stands for Early Years Learning Framework. Then we have a spiral curriculum. I will come to that later to make you understand what is the meaning of a spiral curriculum. Then we have a story-based curriculum. We have a stream curriculum. We have play-based, toy pedagogy, and we are assessment supported. This logo of Kiducation is very important, because this logo itself will help you understand all the various aspects of why Podar Prep is different and why Podar Prep is preparation for life. And then of course we have our admission kits. We have a unique admission kit at Podar Prep because we want that the school should do the research and development of the learning materials that are given to the children to learn. You know, it's very easy for a school to buy things from the market, but something that is available in the market may not be developmentally appropriate for children. So what Podar Prep does is a lot of research and then develops materials that is right for that particular age group, which is culturally appropriate and which is going to help children's brain develop to their fullest. So it is very important that you all understand, because there are many different aspects in the admission kit now. A separate PowerPoint and a training will be given to you to understand the admission kit, what stays at home, what comes to school, etc. But it's very important to help parents understand why we have an admission kit, because we believe in research and brain development, and all the material that we have developed is the best for the child's brain. Now we are going to have a few slides that's going to give you an insight into our new curriculum. Yes, Podar Prep has a brand new curriculum. There are 3 different aspects that we talk about when we talk about our curriculum. Let's go to aspect number 1. A curriculum that is powered by glocal. What does glocal mean? Glocal means local to global. So we have 3 aspects of glocal. Number 1 is NEP. Our curriculum is powered by our National Education Policy 2020. As you can see in this poster, please read the different important points, bulleted points that are given under NEP. What do we believe, what do we follow from the NEP 2020? That is very important for you to understand and absorb, because some parents may have questions. At that time, you should be able to handle those questions. We are infused with Eyfs because Eyfs UK has 7 areas of development, which are like 7 subjects, and that help us take the children from different activities like literacy, numeracy, understanding the world, etc. And now we are backed by EYLF of Australia. What is EYLF? EYLF stands for Early Years Learning Framework. And again, as I told you, there are bulleted points given about what we've taken from each. But the most important thing that you need to remember is that EYLF was taken to enhance socio-emotional skills, social and emotional skills, because both these are developing at this age, and both these, if they are stabilized, if they are strong, children's cognitive development would be better. And that's why we are now glocal, powered by National Education Policy, infused by Eyfs UK, and backed by EYLF. What is the ABCD of our curriculum? We say that we teach children ABCD, but there is a ABCD in our curriculum also. And this slide helps you understand the ABCD of our curriculum. What is it? It stands for all-round development. That's why we've taken 3 global curriculums, NEP, Eyfs, EYLF, because we wanted to give children all-round development. Number 2, we are the only preschool which is a brain-based learning. We are brain experts. I have done a lot of research on brain development, and all the material that we have developed is brain friendly. So A stands for all-round development, B stands for brain-based learning, C stands for continuous learning. Continuous learning means which we help children understand and connect their previous learning to their present learning, so that they understand what they have learned and where they can apply it. Because we train children's brains not only to understand what to learn by heart, no, how to learn. That's why continuous learning. And the last D stands for developmentally appropriate practice. Everything that we do is age and stage appropriate. Please remember that in your classrooms you would have some children with an 8-month difference. So if you are going to expose this child who is 8 months younger and this child who is 8 months older to the same methods, then one of them may not excel. So it is very important for teachers to understand developmentally appropriate practice, which means some children may do things faster because they are older. Some children may take some time to do some activities because they are still getting there age-wise. This understanding helps teachers give the right support to every child, which is called developmentally appropriate practice. A, B, C, D. Now, it's also very important for us to understand what's given on the right hand side of this slide. Kiducation at Podar Prep is S3, the Trikona, which is stream, spiral and stories. Most important aspects of our curriculum. Stream stands for science, technology, reading, engineering, arts and math. Now, when we talk about reading, we are not only talking about reading, we are also talking about literacy. And literacy means reading, writing, everything comes together. So S stands for science, T stands for technology, R stands for reading, E stands for engineering, A stands for art, and M stands for mathematics. Our curriculum in every aspect helps children become stream powered, which means every activity that we do is either connected to science or connected to technology. We have coding, we have a strong reading program, engineering. When children build things, when children create things, it's actually engineering. So it's very, very important to understand that we have ensured that children have a thinking brain because of the stream aspect in the curriculum. Now let's come to the other two very important aspects, spiral and stories. What is the spiral curriculum? Usually when we do themes, it's a common practice in all preschools. It was there in Jumbo Kids also. Every month there would be a different theme. Like for example, there would be insects. So this whole month you are doing only insects. Then you are doing only animals in the next month. In a spiral curriculum, you don't do that. Your curriculum may have in that month animals, birds, insects, a lot of different topics. Because when children go out in the world, they don't only see insects because you are teaching insects in schools. They see around them vehicles, birds, animals, everything around them. So a spiral topic basically takes the children through different combination of topics every month. And if those topics are repeated the next month, then a little more complexity is brought in those topics. So if I learnt about animals in this month, about their names, next month I may learn about what is the female called, what is the male called. In the third month, I may learn about their babies, about their food habits, etc. So a spiral means you start with the smallest point, and then you, as a spiral moves, you expand the knowledge and their knowledge of the children about that topic. Stories. Why stories? Because stories engage children's brains. Stories take children from the known to the unknown. Stories help them connect emotionally. They get connected to the character. And through a story, we then take them to the next level. So that is how our curriculum has been formulated. We start with stories. We ensure that the topics that we take out from the story are becoming the theme of the month. And we then go into a spiral, which means the topic that we take for a particular month, we take the basic information first, then we take the more complex information, and that's how the whole curriculum is weaved. And also we give it a stream angle. So it's a very robust curriculum, a curriculum for the first time that has these aspects of stream, spiral and stories. So when we say that our curriculum is powered by a national education policy, what is unique about our curriculum? There are two aspects. Of course, we have everything which is unique, but two aspects which the NEP stresses on is foundational literacy and foundational numeracy. So one of the most important aspects of our curriculum, which is the strongest bit of our curriculum, is foundational literacy. Go through this slide because it helps you make parents understand the kind of material that we use for our symphonics program and how our symphonics program helps children become better readers, better writers, and children who understand what they are reading and what they are writing. Because please understand, wherever your kindergarten may be, in whichever city, the Indian parent wants the child to learn to read and write. So when you talk to them about our symphonics curriculum, when you show them our material of the symphonics curriculum, it will help parents understand, wow, they have a strong base when it... We are the only school that has a special number program because we stress on foundational numeracy, number magic. So foundational numeracy with number magic, a special number education program. Again, it is very important for parents to know that we have so much of material that is used in your number magic program to teach children about numeracy, not just counting, not just rote counting. It's very important to help parents understand this difference, because parents feel other schools teach up to 500. Why are you not teaching? It's very important to tell parents that, number is a quantity. Number is not just a picture. When children learn to say numbers, it means they are just saying those numbers. They don't know what the quantity of those numbers actually looks like. But in our number magic program, because it is hands-on, it is concrete, children are able to see what a 5 looks like or see what a 15 looks like. And this foundation helps them not only understand numbers, but counting, addition, subtraction, everything. Their foundation of number learning becomes very strong. So please focus on explaining to parents this difference also. So what will parents get from Podar Prep? We say that Podar Prep is preparation for life. We also prepare parents for parenting and their child's education. Because it's very important for parents to know during an inquiry that what will they get? How will they know what their child is learning? So we have two very important things. Number one is the Kid Education Huddle, where parents come to school and we help them understand how we do things in the classroom. Number two, we have the entry newsletter which goes out, which helps parents understand that this is what my child is going to be learning this month, and a month-end letter which tells them this is what was actually taught to your child. So it's very important that parents know that yes, you will know what is going to happen in your child's classroom. You will also know how things are taught in school so that you can teach in the same manner at home. Because for us at Podar Prep, parents are our partners. And we are not only preparing children, we are also preparing parents for parenting and their child's education. Another very important thing which sometimes we miss out during an inquiry is to help parents understand how will they know what their children have learned or how their children are developing. Very important for parents to know this, that at Podar Prep, we are again the only preschool that has two kinds of assessments. Number one, we do a developmental assessment of children. So that is where this Eyfs assessment that you can see on the left side of the screen. The Eyfs assessment helps parents understand where their child is on the 7 areas of development according to the age of the child. So developmentally, where is my child? And the second thing on the right side of your screen, you can see a learning assessment where we tell parents what their children have learned in shapes, in colors, in concepts. So that's called a learning assessment. So this is what I have learned. This is what I have understood. This is what I am able to do. And development means this is what the development at my age should be, and this is where I am. These two are very important tools to help parents understand the growth and development and learning of their children. Again, not available with many preschools. We are the only preschool that does this much of assessment of children to help take the child to the next level of development and to the next level of learning. Very, very important for parents to know this. One of the new things that we have developed in Podar Prep is a teacher training module to help teachers understand how children learn. So please explain to parents that our best asset is teachers, because we train teachers at Podar Prep. Even if the teacher comes to us trained or untrained, we have no problem with that, because we give the teacher an intensive training in understanding the brains of children, in understanding the development of children, and in understanding how children learn and why children fail, so that teachers are able to give the best to every child. The learning pit is something that we train teachers in. The learning pit shows to a teacher and to a parent that when anything new is taught to the child, what are the stages that the child will go through. That's why it's called the learning pit, because you immerse yourself in it. Children will first explore the concept, understand it half, maybe quarter, then maybe we get confused about it, then we will solve it with an activity. So all our concepts have various activities through which it is taught, and that's why it's called the learning pit. The role of the teacher is to ensure that every child comes out of the learning pit empowered with learning, and that's why we say teachers are our best asset. And we have a teachers huddle at the beginning of every day, because we want teachers to promise themselves every day that they are going to take care of children. Their needs come first, and that is why the best thing that parents can expect from Podar Prep are our well-trained Podar Prep trained teachers. So will parents be involved at Podar Prep? Yes, we want parental involvement at Podar Prep, because when parents are involved and children see that the parent is happy with the school, it cultivates in the child a kind of a sense of security. And that is why we want parents to come for events. Please make parents understand this, that there will be a lot of events that we will want you to come for, because we want your child to see how you are happy with the school and bond with your child in school. This bonding exercise helps children love school and love learning. So these are all the activities in which we involve parents, because parent partnership is preparation for life. Still not convinced about why you should enroll your child at Podar Prep? Well, here are our 10 reasons why your child should be at Podar Prep. And these 10 reasons are something that you should have on your fingertips, so that you are able to give the parents these 10 reasons one after the other. We've given them in very short, as you can see in this slide, because it's very important for you to understand that sometimes parents don't have that much of time during an inquiry. So we may have given you a lot of information here, but it's up to you to customize that information based on the parent who's sitting in front of you, but to also ensure that you don't miss out. That's why this last slide helps you understand the 10 differences, the 10 important things about Podar Prep that parents can look forward to. Every parent should know that their child should join Podar Prep to give their child that foundational edge required for lifelong success, because Podar Prep is preparation for life, and Podar Prep prepares the child's brain for life. I wish you all the best. I urge you to go through every slide. Remember key points. Put it in your head, put it in your mind. It should become a part of your passion when you talk about Podar Prep. Very, very important. Thank you, HMs. I wish you all the best. And now we have moved from Podar Jumbo Kids to Podar Prep. So ensure that everywhere the new logo is seen, the new Jumbo is seen, and that you and your teams are able to understand the essence of Podar Prep. All the best.